Hello, everybody. Dr. Del Mills here with PersonalFitness.com. Thanks again for joining me for another one of my short coaching sessions. And, in a nutshell, I help my clients lose a lot of weight, find food freedom, and love the shape they're in. Wouldn't you love to do that? Love the shape you're in. I use psychology and the nutrition sciences to help my clients achieve their goals. So, you can find all kinds of information about me, personalfitness.com. Watch my webinar, Making Peace with Food, and watch my, read my blog articles, watch my other videos. I think you'll get a lot out of these because I do these every week from a topic that usually come about from talking with a client or someone who signs up for one of my free health strategy calls. You can do that too at my website, personalfitness.com. You can get a free health strategy call with me. You get to sit down and talk about your health for an hour. Yes, I do help people with more things than weight loss and emotional eating. I help clients who are going through health challenges like diabetes, heart disease, hormone issues. So if that's you, hey, I am here to be of assistance. Today we're going to talk about how to stop feeding your feelings. This is a problem with a lot of people I work with and a lot of people I talk to. And basically, the deal is we all hunger for different things, right? You know that. We hunger for different things, but unfortunately many people, men and women, it's not just emotional eating is not just an issue with women. Men and women have learned to experience their emotional and sensual hungers as a hunger for food. And we'll talk about why that is. When, what they really hunger for are things like love, excitement, stress relief, indulgence, and passion. More of the internal things. But you see, when we turn to food, the original hunger never gets fed. So we may feel better for a moment, but then the hunger returns. And what happens is over time, many people find it impossible to get off the merry-go-round of emotional eating, dieting, and weight gain. Emotional eating, dieting, and weight gain. And the only lasting solution for a situation like that is to learn to stop feeding your feelings. Instead of feeling your feelings, we have to learn to feel our feelings, right? Learn to feel your feelings instead of feeding your feelings. See, here's the deal. People don't realize emotions are nothing more than energy, right? Emotions, energy in motion. Emotions are energy in motion. And energy is constantly in motion, moving on a continuum from positive charge to negative charge and vice versa. Negative charge to positive charge. There are two charges, positive and negative. Therefore, during any given day, it is natural, people, it's only natural that we will experience a range of both positive and negative emotions. There's just no way around this. It's the natural law. It's the law of nature. It's the way things are. But unfortunately, you see, our emotions, especially the negative ones, are easily supercharged by the negative events in our lives. So anger turns to rage, loneliness becomes depression, stress becomes anxiety. And instead of allowing ourselves to truly feel these emotions, we look for ways to make ourselves feel better. And what easier way is there to feel better than, the comfort foods? Chocolate, cookies, ice cream, or whatever your feel-good drug of choice happens to be that day. But the end result is all the same. Doesn't matter what it is, the end result is all the same. You see, like drugs, sugar activates the pleasure centers of the brain. The pleasure centers of the brain. And the problem is the brain always the brain remembers what brings you pleasure, right? The brain remembers what brings you pleasure and will push you towards those rewards. Those are rewards. Habits are nothing more than, you have an impulse, something that triggers you, and the brain pushes you towards a reward because Everything is about a reward. So the brain will push you when triggered towards a certain reward. And if you're triggering the pleasure centers of the brain, the same centers that are triggered by drugs, sex, alcohol, all those things, the brain will continue to push you towards those rewards if that's what you're doing continuously. So if you're using food to feed your feelings, your brain is going to be pushing you to continue to feed those feelings every time you feed them, because it will see that it brings you pleasure. Make sense? Problem is, over time, it becomes almost impossible to separate what we truly hunger for. Love, stress release, the desire to be heard, a safe expression of anger, etc., from the need to feed the hungry, sugar-addicted brain. So what is it? Is it you actually feeding what you really hunger for, or you just feeding your sugar-addicted brain? Most of the times, people are just feeding their sugar-addicted brain. So the bottom line is, folks, it's not about food. A lot of times it's not about food. Most people don't eat because they're hungry. So until you address the reasons why you eat, that's the important thing, why you eat. Not only are your weight loss plans likely to fail, but you're also more likely to continue feeding your feelings and gaining more weight, feeding your feelings and gaining more weight. And unfortunately, instead of working to identify what's driving the need to eat, here's what most people do. Most people try to depend on willpower. That's a recipe for failure. It never works. On the other hand, your odds of being successful dramatically increase when you directly address what it is you truly hunger for. Does that make sense? Your odds of being successful dramatically increase when you figure out why is it you eat. Most of the times it's not because of hunger. So figure that out and you find your success rate will increase dramatically. Here's a simple exercise I use with my clients. Before you eat, just get in the habit of asking yourself often, am I really hungry? Am I really hungry? If you're hungry, then eat. But if you're not hungry, ask yourself another question. What am I feeling right now? What am I feeling right now? Whatever it is you're feeling, anger, boredom, stress, anxiety, allow yourself to fully feel those emotions. Don't shy away from them and try to make yourself feel better. On the contrary, if you're angry, really feel the anger. If you're bored, be bored. Don't shy away from your feelings. Acknowledge them and find ways to work through them. The fastest way to get through negative emotions is to go deeper into them until they subside, not to try and ignore them. The truth is, there are many different tools you can use to deal with negative emotions. To deal with anger, for instance, when you're not alone, give yourself a timeout, just like we do to our kids, and practice what I call a silent scream, just like you're screaming into a pillow. Just scream. You don't have to make any sound, but you can still scream. And as you become more emotionally aware, you will soon realize that it doesn't have to take a long time to work through negative emotions, folks. Emotions are just energy, and you have the power to change your energy. So here's the big lesson from this little talk today. Remember that we hunger for play, touch, intimacy, love, romance, excitement, to be heard, adventure, self-expression, and a whole lot of different things. And sometimes we are fed not just by food, but also by the energy in our lives, people. We're fed by the energy in our lives. So instead of feeding your feelings, get in the habit of feeling your feelings and learn to uncover what it is that you truly hunger for. Okay? Again, I'm Dr. Del Millers. You can find me at personalfitness.com or drdelmillers.com. You can sign up for a free health strategy call with me. I'll get on the phone and chat with you for an hour about what it is you're looking to do, your goals, right? I help clients lose weight, deal with health issues, find food freedom, and love the shape they're in. Until next time, may the best of your todays be the worst of your tomorrows. Talk soon.